Crystals. Of course. No!
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any Earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
Crash! 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 My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
And we're back. Sorry it took so long for me to get back to the game. I've been busy. But no, we're back with the Insane Trilogy. I'm ready to play Crash 2, my favourite Crash game of all time. Not stating opinions of whether it's the best Crash game or not, because it just doesn't matter. And yeah, so I'm ready to game, and this for an intro level is pretty good. It teaches you all the mechanics of the game, especially with that little hint on the left side. But even if you don't need to be fair, you don't need it, because this is the first ditch you'll ever come into. And obviously, if you've been moving the analog stick or the D-pad, which I prefer to do, you'll learn that you can't move out of here, so you start looking at the buttons. So you press triangle, that happens. You try all of them. Maybe you try the X button. As you jump. So you mix that with movement and X, and you start jumping. Obviously, this box. Obviously, the box is earlier. You'll learn by reading the little help screen, which I deem completely useless because you could figure this all out on your own. Circle, holding it down, standing still, holding it down, causes you to crouch, and then moving causes you to crawl. Then holding it down and pressing X, you do a crouch jump. Moving, pressing circle and jumping causes you to slide. Well, moving and pressing circle causes you to slide. If you add that with the jump, you get a slide jump, which is the maximum distance you can get. Obviously, if you do, obviously that's about it. Square, you can spin. X, you can jump on boxes. Square's your, well, not your only attack. Circle can also be used to skid enemies, like so. And for if anyone's experienced in Crash, they'll know about the slide spin jump, which is sliding, jumping, and spinning at the same time. Some people may think that's just the same as a slide jump, but you'll know soon enough how useful it can be.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
So obviously the intro level introduces us to the movement of the game, and then obviously we walked here to what is the the level select of the game, which is 5 levels, 1 room revolving around 5 doors or warp gates, whatever you want to call them. And obviously you have this, which in the original Crash 2 would be the save screen, but we don't have memory cards anymore. We have, well, save screens in the hardware, so why not? So as you heard Cortex, we've got to collect crystals in this game instead of just beat the game, go to Cortex, beat Cortex. In this one we got a bit more of a collectathon, which we have to go find these crystals, which you can see on these pillars here. See the top one up here is the clear gem, which is the box gem. The one below it is the crystal. The one below that is another gem, but it'll either be a color gem or it'll be a clear gem. Color gems and clear gems pretty much mean the same thing, where they're secrets. They require specific situations or tasks to be completed. And right below that is the relic, which, like Crash 1, means we have to do time trials. But relic run won't be till we beat the game, where we get a little bit of an advantage. And I'd like to just beat the game and then do a relic run. So, as I said, the one where the second gem is, so there's a blue one there, there's a red one here, then there's a clear one here, there's no clear gem here, and there's no clear gem here, because there's only a select amount of levels that have it. But without further ado, let's get into the first level. So with this one, obviously this is the first level. Technically, if you just walk into the first gate, unless you want to go to a different one. This is the first level. I think, out of all of them, this is one of the best first levels of the Crash game. Obviously you have the tutorial level, which is technically not even a level. I'd call it, it's just a tutorial level, which teaches you the basics of the game. Obviously with Crash 1, not exactly teaching you it, but in the first level it does teach you it very well. And obviously this level teaches you pretty much nearly everything the game had. Well, no. The first world teaches you most things. Like for example, if you see anything suspicious like this, you should try doing something. Obviously with this area, jumping, spinning, does nothing, crouching. If you belly flop, you open a secret area. This is the... Not every area in Crash 2 has a secret area like this. Sometimes it's just a straight stretch of the next area. But you've always got to look out for some small things like that. And this game doesn't punish it either. It rewards you. Because I'll show you soon enough. Obviously we've got these blocks. These blocks can only be destroyed by attacking them. They don't run out of bounces. Now you can see that over there. This level kind of teaches you how to... It teaches you to use your skills in Crash. This is for more difficult, more experienced players. So obviously you can tell we can't get over there. Let's say you have no Aku Aku. Jumping will land you on that nitro crate right there. Running will probably land you in between these nitro crates or on that nitro crate. So you think, how am I going to get across there? Well, you remember if you practiced in the warp room, or if you practice in the select stage, you'll know that you have a slide jump. So obviously here, you'll just slide jump, like so. And huzzah! We get these boxes, and we avoid all those hazards. Now obviously here with another challenge, so obviously we think, oh, this is the only way to get up, but no. Break this, we're like, oh, well, I can't jump up there because I'll fall down this hole. But if we crouch jump, we'll get up. And then this ostrich thing kind of shows us, we think we have to spin it, and most people would assume that. But let's say you go through and you attack them. You can't hurt them. But then you see those boxes up there and you think, oh, I can't get up there. You try slide jumping, doesn't work. So you think, oh, well, I can't get up there. And that's when I mentioned before the slide spin jump. Slide spin jump when I said slide, jump and spin at the same time. So just so you know, slide jump does that, and this is the slide spin jump. That's why it's so useful. And obviously with these ostrich beast things, this is what you're supposed to do on them. You're supposed to run, jump, slide and jump. That's why I said this area is a bit more for not experienced players, but people who've explored the whole game. Now these boxes are the nitro detonator boxes, which detonate all the nitro in the level, which is obvious if you notice the big kaboom, and with it being green. And we've obviously got enemies that have specific weaknesses or advantages, like these guys with spikes inside. You clearly can't slide into them or jump on them. Slide into them or spin them, because we'll get damaged. So the only option is to jump on them or belly flop them. And obviously bonus levels are back, but we don't have to collect 3 Tawna tokens, or Embryo tokens, or Cortex tokens. Instead, we just land on these platforms and they will take us to the bonus stages, which is nice. Now, I wouldn't go as far as say I'm a Crash expert, far from it. I'm just experienced in Crash games. Besides, this is first level. If anyone thinks I'm amazing for doing this so well, it's the first level, and I don't play Crash to be professional. I've seen what the Crash community is like. Also, we've got these big pits, and you think, oh, we can't get out of here. Beat these moles. Mushroom pops up. And this is also where the slide spin jump comes in use, because I needed that turtle to land on him. Right above, you can see just up there, if you look up to the top of the screen, you see that box. See, I can't get up there at all, no matter how much I slide jump. If I slide spin, hold on. There we go. The slide spin jump does help a lot, especially with areas like this, like so. It does cheat on the area and it does seem like cheating, which I will admit it does feel like I'm cheating, but for how much pull the game throws at you, you could just do this if you can't do a slide spin jump. Just bounce off their heads. I mean, it's not like it's hard to beat them anyway. And obviously these areas are the level end areas. Take us back to the warp room.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? There, Crash?
So obviously you see there where all the gems and crystals go. Now we don't have to go all the way back. Well, now it's a lot easier to see where we've collected them. Now obviously you see the blue gems there, and you're probably wondering, oh, how do you get the blue gem? But like I said, these require specific stipulations or specific requirements to get the gems. And I'll show you right now. If you looked earlier on the hint of the level, it says, be kind to the boxes to earn a special gem. Now, I'm no poet, but I can tell being kind to boxes means don't hurt them, which also means don't break them. 0 boxes destroyed, and here's the blue gem. And there we go. Back to the warp room we go. 1 color gem down.
You are helping Cortex gather crystals. Yet you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
yes, as you heard right there, Brio wants us to collect the gems, and Cortex wants to collect the crystals. And obviously we see from the opening cutscene that Cortex wants to use these gems for obviously an evil thought, an evil plan, but my young brain never paid attention to the cutscene, so I just wanted to go and play the game. Anyway, yes, he did say 42 gems, 27 stages with box gems, those including the 25 stages that have the crystals in. There's 2 secret stages that have a box gem, and then the other 25 gems you have the special requirements for them, which for the special requirements for the clear gems we'll get into on Hang 8, which is right here, but that's the 3rd level, and we'll do that after Snow Go. Now some of you may notice that there's a red gem on this one. You may be thinking, oh, that's just another one we don't break the boxes. But that's not the case. Every clear gem, every special clear gem, and every colored gem has a specific requirement. Such as this red gem, which requires us to find an alternate route in this level, but not the way you'd think, as if it was like turning a left or turning a right. It's different to that. Instead of that, we have to find a secret. We have to find a secret in the game. We have to find a secret of another level to find the secret area in this level to get the red gem. Obviously this game also, now with these traps, you can see the stone in the background. You can tell the difference between this one and the later ones we'll find. They've got stones in the background, they activate whenever we go underneath them, as the same with this one. Obviously just plainly walking by them does fine. Now we can see that up there. If you notice, you see the red gem, you think, oh, well how can we get that? Now for those who played it on the PS1, the original Crash, you'll know that you could actually, the gem was actually just below where the fall was. And we could actually spin jump up to get it, but now we can't. We have to actually go to the secret stage, which is very smart by those videos. Anyway, now these ones. These have wood backgrounds, obviously, but these ones are timed. They'll just crush you on a certain time scale after a certain amount of time. Obviously some bonus stages are easier than others, but obviously this is the first one, so it's not going to be that hard. Back to invincibility, drop down here, but don't go forward, instead go backwards and get the nitro crate, the nitro detonator. Blast our way through the stage before our invincibility runs out. Be mindful of those clear ones. Hold X on here, we'll hit the exclamation box, and there we go. Those two have been solidified, and now just a straight stretch run to the end. Clear gem acquired, crystal acquired, and off to the next level. Easy peasy. Now, onto the 3rd level, where obviously now you see clear gem. And I will show you the stickers for this one, which they're always different. So this one sort of turns into a short relic run, except minus the clock and minus the pain I have to go through to collect every box. In this one, you see timer that started down there. That basically says we have a minute to complete the stage. And it's what I mean by these levels are mostly a minute long. Which is, in my eyes, pretty cool. And there's not really much challenging in this. Although this part's quite tricky if you don't slide spin jump. 30 seconds left on the last stretch. Or last jet ride. And here we are, the special gem. Obviously the special gems are on the right, and now we've got the box gem. Now what I say? Kill yourself. Not literally, just lose a life. Spawn back at the start of the stage, and replay it as normal. And now, this is the level as normal, without any anything to worry about. The hover, the water levels or the waterboarding levels I like because it's a bit different and I like it. Smooth control. I feel like you have control of Crash mostly. This one isn't too hard, but it introduces you to color gem paths, which in my eyes are slightly less difficult. Deathwood paths, which this game also introduces. Deathwoods. This game introduces death roots. Obviously, color gem paths, technically. The other ones just granted you more accessibility in the level. But Crash 1 gave you access to the other boxes you couldn't access before. And obviously the stipulation to get the color gems is different from Crash 1. Crash 1, it was you just had to beat a level with all boxes without dying, which through the levels that they were in was very difficult. With this, you have to get the gems from a certain stipulation. Blue gem from not destroying any boxes in Turtle Woods, and so on for the other 4. But I don't want to ruin the surprise of all 5 of them. Now with now these actually unlock obviously alternate routes to grab the rest of the boxes, which is what they did in Crash 1, but it's like a completely different area, and when you die you don't go back to the checkpoint, you go back right back to where the box was, the platform was, I believe. And I haven't died on these for some time. Now to bin these off, we run to the detonator box, and then make our way back. Grab this one, and grab the rest of these boxes. Then just go head first towards the end of the level. Hit the detonator box. Now, if any of you have played this game before, you'll know what happens over there when you complete the game fully, but I always thought you could get over there when you complete the game, so that's why I came back after I beat it on the old Crash games. But actually you can't. Those plants, or those enemies were actually just there because they wanted them there. Also, if you don't know by now, these hippopotamus looking enemies disappear after a certain amount of time you stood on them. I never told you the controls of the jet skis either. Square, circle, or X to boost, and that's it. These ramps boost before jumping, before going off, otherwise you'll do this. It's a short hop, but it looks cool with the dash hop. And thus we have all the gems. And obviously you would get all the gems if you didn't, you wouldn't get the box gem if you didn't have the blue gem, so they're kind of important.
crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
I get the pun he made there. Getting the hang of it. Anyway, no, so obviously now we've got 3 crystals, obvious enough. We've already got 5 gems. This one, the red gem, we'll get at a later point. And for the pits and crash dash, these are pretty much simple playthroughs, but we will play those 2 levels and beat the boss in the next episode. It's been fun being back. I hope to see you in the next episode, and I will see you next time.